There's some people that's in your circle that's telling you that they're your friends and they talking against your future.
Hey, Couture Bays, it's your girl, Brat, going live with the Bree Talk and Bay Squad. We got to talk about Teddy and Tina Campbell's divorce. There is now a viral clip surfacing from 2 years ago. But before we get started, let's like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can get all the updates and alerts. And remember, opinions are not facts. Everything we say here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes solely. So sit back, relax, sip you some apple juice or my faith, the vegan water, and let's get into the mess, shall we? Wow, so ain't nothing like the internet, baby. So tell me why Teddy and Tina Campbell sat down with Dear Future Wifey podcaster and they discussed their marital ups and downs and how they were healing the people. And then a month after filming with him, Teddy files for divorce. Child, you cannot make this mess up. And I will continue to say the internet is undefeated. So let's get into that clip and let's get into my thoughts.
A lot about it that I disagreed with. But for what God wanted to do, he did that. And I agree with that. So I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Teddy?
Yeah.
Been on a reality show.
You know, I didn't want to do it at first. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to do it because I was living a double life. And so when I said, when Tina said yes, and I was like, okay.
But husband, I did not say yes. I asked you.
Well, yeah.
I asked you.
Well,
I was like, I'm not finna offer our life. I asked
Off
you.
our life.
And
Well,
you said,
it kind of felt like you wanted to do it, and I was like, well, you did ask me, but it kind of felt like you wanted to. And at this point, we had both said no. You said no. I was like no, because I kind of really didn't care for that spotlight, but also because I didn't want to be exposed.
Right.
So when you asked me, I was kind of like, I think she really want to do it, so whatever. And I wasn't at that point thinking something about you about to get in trouble. Mm-hmm. But after saying yes, I'm telling you, I remember these moments. After saying yes, I felt like I heard God audibly speak to me. It was in my soul. I heard him say, "You're going to be exposed." It was like and I was terrified after I felt and heard him say, "Your sins are going to be exposed."
and we did three seasons before the exposure.
Yeah.
Me to learn because editing and everything, because I was like, I was like, whatever that needs to come out by fasting and praying, I'll be healed and delivered. Whatever I have to do, I will do it. Whatever you wanted me to learn, I will learn it, because I cannot ever go through anything like this again. And I meant it. So I was like, whatever that is, God, if this can't kill me and I have to live, I need you to heal me entirely. And I am fully submitted to whatever that process entails. And it was very hard. It was very challenging.
Was divorce an option?
Yeah, the flesh. My flesh, right here, the girl, not the spirit, not the Christian. The girl was like, I can't do it. Are you serious?
Yeah.
And then I struggled with a lot of homicidal inclinations and whatnot. And
look.
I did. It was it was violent.
Is this a admission of guilt?
Yeah, man, look, I'm alive.
Right.
Come on, Rich, tell us.
Right. Because there's more. But I was so hurt, and when I get hurt, I get mad. I don't do the cry and get sad. When I cry and get sad, I am fully broken.
So were you when you was growing up, you was a fighter?
Hands down.
I had to take myself to God, because I realized at that point, I was like, man, I don't think I'm saved. It was a spiritual awakening for me. This is what you say. I was hearing the Lord say stuff to me like, you're going to love your wife back to me. You're going to show her my love. Through the way you love her, you're going to show her my love. She's looking for me. She's looking for my love. Good. So you're going to show her my love. And I'm like, oh, how am I going to do that? I can't tell her that, Lord. I didn't tell you to tell her. I just told you to do it. You're going to show her my love. And so he's telling me what to do, showing me what to do. And I'm being strong and empowered. My wife will be saying stuff, run, Forrest. I know you're about to run. And she'd come at me with I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to share that, but she was mad and she was angry, so she would be trying to hurt me. Yeah.
When people ask people like us, like, oh, why are you Christian or why God? Why not God? Who fresher than God? Like, we went through hell. We went through hell, and God was orchestrating, putting our life and our marriage back together, giving us a testimony, giving us a platform for people to see deliverance. Do you know how many people have told us our marriage is together because of y'all? Do you know how many people, they see my sister when we're not doing things together? Please tell Tina her prayer book and her and Teddy and they podcast that we was doing back, it has helped us. And like, who knew that you gonna get out there and expose yourself, get humiliated in public, feel like, crap in front of the whole world. And God is going to use this to put your marriage back together and put countless marriages back together. That's why we still together, because that's the kind of God that we serve. That's why we can talk about this openly and freely, because what the devil did was horrible, but what God did was greater. And we are sure of that. That's why we can't be quiet. Like, we don't want to live in the past. That was literally 11 years ago, but the testimony is still powerful. And it's almost like it sends electricity through your body to consider the goodness of God, because he did not have to do it this way.
Before I give my commentary, I'm going to play the clip of where Tina was very vocal about leaving Teddy, and her family talked her into being with a cheater, a man who never changed his habits, who only wanted to humble her. So let's get into that, and I'll give my commentary next.
In a closet that you want to apply your faith to the situation. Then apply your faith.
Since then, I found out about more. And I don't want to hold on to somebody who I cannot trust. You see, I have been trying since the very beginning. The situation gets a little worse, and then I try to forgive, and it gets a little worse, and I try to forgive. You gonna keep adding people? You gonna keep adding people? You gonna keep adding people? I thought we had a good life just like everybody else watching. I thought we was the ideal relationship just like everybody else. And I got to find out in front of the whole goddamn world that all of my life was a lie? And you want me to quote scriptures right now?
I don't want you to quote scriptures.
Say what I don't, you want me to say something that's all positive? I feel negative right now.
I know that.
I just want you to understand that.
I know that.
I never kissed another man. I never went out with another man. I never entertained the wrong conversation. I never cheated in my head. I never did anything. I was 190% committed to that man. And this is what you did? Every time I was gone, you stole my life away from me. I'm angry. Why you gotta do me like this? I was good to you, man. I was good to you. I was good to you. I don't want him. I don't want him. I don't want him. I don't want him. He don't deserve me. I don't want him. I had hope when all of this started, when I let the whole world know about it. I thought we was healing because he had me thinking that we was healing. You can't keep telling me stuff a little bit. You wait 3 months, then you tell me something else. Then you wait 2 weeks, and you tell me something else. You torturing me, man. You torturing me. Why you putting me through all of this? Break my heart once. You gonna break my heart every month? Come on, man. You taking all the strength that I got inside of me. Just give it all to me. Knock me all out at once. I got a knockout punch every week. That's too much for anybody, Erica. It's too much, Erica.
I know.
It's too much.
I know.
It's too much.
I know. But
It's
we
too
know
much.
we know what to do. We know the steps to get better.
That right there is impossible.
So you said you never been through this, right? I have. Listen to me for a second. You ain't never been through it. I have. I'ma tell you how you get better. Even though you want to be negative, you make a conscious effort and a decision like you fighting a on the street and work toward positive. That's all you can do. That's the only choice you have.
Y'all want me to be safer than I am?
I will never forgive her family for allowing her to continue on in some type of subservient role with her husband, because for those that do not know, moving forward from this, she decided to help other Christian women and what they were going through with infidelity and adultery and things of that such. She even went as far as to say how she caused him to cheat on her. Like, make it make sense. And this is why I say religion is a tool used to oppress women, because what part of Jesus dying on the cross is this? He died on the cross so you didn't have to suffer, so there was no confusion, and she was living with the whole demon. Because he didn't like her, he was humbling her. Every time she started to get a win, he would get her pregnant, and when that wouldn't sit her down, He cheated on her. And then her sister used her own infidelity and was like, well, I got cheated on too, but look at me, I survived it. And I'm just like, what part of the game is that? What part of the game is that? What type of religious psychosis is this? Because make it make sense. At the end of the day, we never knew they were legally separated. We never knew that. I believe he was jealous of her. I believe because her star shined brighter than his, he couldn't take it. And I believe he got somebody on the side, hence why he is filing for divorce. And it's really unfortunate because they have 4 children, and their children had to grow up in a household with seeing their mother distraught about a man who didn't even value privacy and still doesn't. But hey, those are just my thoughts, Space Squad. I know a lot of people want to understand why so many are upset with Teddy, and it's because Teddy never loved Tina, and it is what it is. He married her 2 years after she was already ultra successful, and then he didn't become successful because people said her name 10 times more than they said his. But those are just my thoughts, Space Squad. Those are my opinions. Comment down below. I gotta go. Bye, hoes.